They won't come. No one is coming to save you. Not your friends, not your boss, not your family. And that's the greatest blessing of your life. Because the moment you stop waiting for permission, for validation, for a helping hand, that's the moment you begin to rise. This is not about resentment, it's about realization. If you want to get ahead, you need to develop the mindset that you can do it without anyone's help. And Elon Musk? He's been living that truth from the start. Elon Musk didn't grow up in comfort. He wasn't born into Silicon Valley. He started in South Africa, with barely a roadmap to the tech world. But what separated him from others wasn't brilliance alone, it was brutal self-reliance. When he wanted to learn, he taught himself. When doors didn't open, he built new ones. This is the foundation of success he preaches. Don't wait, don't ask. Act. In a world built on networks, Musk warns about the dangers of dependence. It's not wrong to collaborate, but when you rely on others to push you forward, you become a passenger in your own life. And passengers don't steer the ship, drivers do. Elon knew that to launch SpaceX, he couldn't depend on traditional paths. NASA wouldn't hand him the keys. The aerospace industry laughed at him. He did it anyway, because self-reliance isn't a mindset, it's a weapon. One that separates the dreamers from the doers. This philosophy echoes a timeless principle from Think and Grow Rich. Burn the boats. Cut off the safety nets so that your only way out is through. When you remove fallback options, your brain activates a deeper level of resourcefulness. That's what Musk did when he put his last money into Tesla and SpaceX. No backup, just belief and execution. And that risk? It paid off. Because greatness only responds to those who go all in. Now, you might say, I don't have connections, I don't have resources. Good. That means you won't be distracted by comfort. Use what you have. Skills, time, energy, focus. These are currencies more powerful than any bank loan or favor. And when you move without support, you sharpen your instincts. You make faster decisions. You grow your courage, and courage is the seed of every future success. Musk says, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. That means no excuses. No what-ifs. No, I'll try when I'm ready. If you want to get ahead, get moving. Even if no one claps for you. Even if no one believes in you. Because belief starts with you. And when you bet on yourself relentlessly, the world takes notice, but only after you've stopped needing their applause. Don't chase approval. Chase results. Make your life so undeniable that others have no choice but to take you seriously. That's how Musk broke every ceiling placed above him. He didn't ask for space. He carved it out with action. So here's the challenge. For the next 30 days, act as if you're alone. Don't wait for the call. Don't lean on others to motivate you. Wake up and push. Build, learn, move, fail, repeat. Do this enough times, and something strange will happen. You'll realize you don't need help to become powerful. You only need to show up for yourself over and over again. That's how you get ahead. That's how you win. Not with followers, but with fire. Everyone talks about success. Very few are ready to walk through the fire alone to get it. The truth? The beginning of every great journey is lonely. That silence, the one you feel when you decide to change your life, it's not a void. It's your battleground. And Elon Musk learned early that the world doesn't reward those who wait in the shadows. It rewards those who move forward while everyone else hesitates. Picture this. You have a vision, a goal that burns inside you. You bring it up, and people laugh. They don't see what you see. They don't feel what you feel. In that moment, most people shrink. They take the laughter personally. They retreat. But Musk, he leaned in. When he said he wanted to make electric vehicles mainstream, the world said it was impossible. Auto giants mocked him. Analysts predicted failure. But while they were talking, Musk was building. And that's the second law of self-reliance. Stop seeking understanding from people who haven't walked your path. They won't get it not because they're malicious, but because they don't have your fire. And you don't need them to. What you need is clarity, direction, action, alone, if that's what it takes. Most people want company in the struggle. They want someone to share the burden with. But Musk's mindset was different. He didn't wait for the world to cheer him on. He expected resistance. He welcomed disbelief. Because he knew that if he depended on the approval of others, he'd never move fast enough to change anything. This is where discipline enters. Self-reliance without discipline is chaos. Discipline is what gets you up when no one's watching. It's what pushes you to study when others are partying. It's what keeps you going after 15 failures, 50 rejections, 500 moments of doubt. Elon slept on factory floors, not because it was glamorous, but because the mission demanded it. And that's the third principle. Comfort is a drug. Stay sober. Musk doesn't just talk discipline, he embodies it. His schedules are brutal. His focus is surgical. He breaks his day into 5-minute blocks because he values time more than talent. That's the edge you must adopt. Not just hustle, but intelligent, structured effort. You don't need to be extraordinary to be relentless. You need systems. You need habits. You need hunger. And here's the key: don't announce your moves. The more noise you make about what you're going to do, the less energy you have to actually do it. Musk rarely brags about vision. He just builds. And when it's ready, the world sees it. That's how real power moves quietly, steadily, without needing a parade. People will doubt you. That's a given. What they don't expect is for you to keep going anyway, without applause, without guidance, without support. And the moment you realize you can survive without external validation, that's the moment you become truly unstoppable. Because now, nothing controls you. Not praise, not criticism, just purpose. One of Musk's most powerful traits is that he doesn't personalize failure. He expects it. He treats it like data. Each misstep is feedback, not judgment. That's what allows him to experiment faster than anyone else. He doesn't wait for perfection. He launches, learns, and relaunches. That's not just innovation, it's emotional mastery. So ask yourself, are you willing to move forward without consensus? Are you prepared to sacrifice popularity for progress? If you are, then understand this: the road will be hard, but the rewards are unshakable. Freedom, confidence, growth. These don't come from others, they're forged in your own actions. You want to get ahead without anyone's help? Start today. Make the hard decisions, eliminate distractions. Build your morning routine, track your time. Choose goals over gossip. Choose progress over pity. Force yourself to climb even when your hands are shaking and the summit feels 1,000 miles away. And when you get there, when success finally shows up, don't forget what got you there. It wasn't luck, it wasn't followers, it wasn't handouts, it was you, your discipline, your initiative, your will. Alone, if necessary. That's how Elon Musk did it. That's how you can too. Most people wait for the perfect conditions. They wait for support, for certainty, for signs. But life doesn't reward the one who waits, it rewards the one who builds anyway. Elon Musk understood something most never grasp. Momentum is more powerful than motivation. And the fastest way to gain momentum? Start without asking anyone for permission. Think about it. How many dreams have died in conversations? Someone had an idea, a vision, a spark, and then they asked others what they thought. And instead of igniting the fire, those words poured cold water over it. It's too risky. You don't have the money. You're not ready. Musk faced the same voices, but he didn't seek validation, he sought progress. When he founded Zip2, his first startup, he didn't have experience or support. He coded all night, slept in the office, showered at the YMCA. No handouts, no excuses, just action. That's the heart of this chapter. Action without approval. Because once you begin moving, something incredible happens. Your belief starts to grow louder than their doubt. Here's what most people don't understand. Others will only believe in you after you stop needing them to. They will only follow you when they see that you're willing to go alone. That's the paradox of leadership. You have to move alone long enough for people to see your path is worth joining. Musk never chased consensus. When he launched SpaceX, the first 3 rockets failed. He poured his last money into the 4th. He didn't stop and ask the world if he should try again. He looked at the goal, recalculated, and launched. Why? Because mission-driven people aren't guided by comfort, they're pulled by obsession. They aren't afraid of looking foolish in the short term. They're afraid of dying with potential buried inside. You need that obsession, that tunnel vision, that relentless bias toward execution. Because here's the truth. Every delay you justify is costing you growth. Every time you say, I'm waiting for the right partner, or I'll start when I have more resources, you're feeding fear and starving your future. Musk didn't wait for the auto industry to catch up. He made Tesla into what he wanted the world to drive. Force yourself to operate without applause, to build when no one is watching. because that's when the real transformation happens. That's when you discover what you're truly made of. In those quiet, gritty, lonely hours, you develop a kind of inner strength that no one can take from you. One of the most dangerous beliefs in today's world is the idea that success is a group project, that unless you have a network, a mentor, or a tribe, you can't win. That's false. Powerful if you do, but not required. Elon Musk proved that. Most of his ideas were dismissed by experts, but he didn't need agreement, he needed execution. And here's the secret most won't admit. People are watching you more than you think. They see how you carry yourself when no one's helping. They notice your discipline, your consistency, your ability to move forward in the face of rejection. And when the results start showing up, they'll suddenly say they always believed in you. But you'll know the truth. You did it alone. You forced yourself to become undeniable. So what now? It's your move. Kill the excuses. Stop asking for motivation and start creating momentum. Build systems that force you to progress. Wake up early. Set brutal deadlines. Cut off comfort. Learn the skills yourself. Launch the project. Make the call. Send the proposal. Build the prototype. Take the first step even if your hands are shaking. Because here's the thing. You don't need 100 people to believe in you. You need one you. And once you lock in, the world will adjust. The doors will open. The network will appear. But only after you've earned it through uncompromising independence. That's how Elon Musk got ahead. He didn't just believe in himself, he acted on that belief before anyone else saw the vision. And now, the world watches him. Because he moved forward without them. So, force yourself to do the same. Build your legacy without waiting for permission. What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't the world, but your own thinking? What if success doesn't start with opportunity, but with mindset? Elon Musk didn't become one of the most disruptive innovators of our time because of luck. He forced himself to think differently. He trained his brain to solve problems the world was too afraid to confront. And that's where real freedom begins. Not outside you, but inside. The trap most people fall into? Believing they need better conditions to make better moves. They say, I'll act when I have more time, when I have more help, when things calm down. But the truth? Life doesn't calm down, it accelerates. And if you don't train your mind to keep pace, you'll be crushed by comfort, buried under mediocrity, and paralyzed by fear. Musk operates from a completely different mental model. He doesn't think in terms of what's probable, he thinks in terms of what's possible. He starts with the question, what would this look like if it were easy, if it were necessary? Then, he reverse engineers reality from that vision. That's why he didn't just build a better car, he reimagined transportation. That's why he didn't just improve satellites, he created reusable rockets. And here's the lesson. You have to start questioning the limits you've accepted as normal. Just because something hasn't been done doesn't mean it can't be. Just because others failed doesn't mean you will. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you're weak. You are only as limited as the questions you refuse to ask. Most people never upgrade their mindset because they're addicted to safety. But safety is not success. Elon Musk constantly pushes himself into discomfort financially, emotionally, intellectually, because he knows that's where growth lives. He bets on himself so hard that failure isn't just an option, it's expected. And that's another principle of getting ahead alone. Detach your ego from the outcome. Failure doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're in the game. Musk says, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. That's a brutal truth, but it's also liberating. It means you don't have to be perfect to start. You just have to move, fail forward, learn fast, and most importantly, never stop adjusting your thinking. One of Musk's most powerful habits is what he calls first principles thinking. It means stripping away assumptions and getting to the core truths of a problem. Instead of saying, this can't be done, ask, what would it take to do it from scratch? This level of thinking doesn't require a team. It requires clarity and courage. And if you can discipline your mind to think independently, you'll stop copying what others are doing and start creating what no one's imagined. You don't need to be surrounded by geniuses to elevate your thinking. You need solitude, reflection, a relentless hunger to outgrow your old self. Force yourself to read more, think more, question more. Musk didn't become Musk because he had all the answers. He became who he is because he kept asking better questions. And that's the challenge in front of you right now. Your success won't come from outside advice or crowd validation. It'll come from learning how to direct your thoughts like a laser. Train your mind to serve you, not sabotage you. Choose thoughts that fuel your future, not ones that repeat your past. So stop thinking like the average person. Stop expecting the world to make it easy. Stop hoping someone will give you clarity. You are the only one who can build the mindset that matches the life you want. Think boldly, move decisively, and most importantly, believe even when you're the only one who does, because that's exactly how Elon Musk got ahead. There's a moment in your journey when everything goes quiet. No encouragement, no feedback, no applause. Just you, your dream, and a deafening silence. This is where most people quit. But this is also where champions are made. Because the ability to push forward in silence is the foundation of self-made success. Elon Musk knows this silence well, and he thrived in it. See, the illusion is that success is a loud, flashy road, that it comes with support, constant energy, and people cheering you on. But the reality? The climb is cold, quiet, and lonely. And that's where Musk built his most powerful advantage. He trained himself to move without noise. In 2008, SpaceX was on the verge of collapse. 3 rocket launches had failed. Tesla was burning money faster than it could earn it. Critics were circling like vultures. The media mocked him. But Musk didn't run. He didn't post motivational quotes. He didn't beg for sympathy. He locked in and worked alone. And then he made one more launch. Just one more try. That rocket reached orbit and changed everything. That's the power of forcing yourself forward when no one else believes. In this digital age, we're addicted to being seen, to being validated. But Elon Musk teaches us a brutal truth. Visibility does not equal victory. You don't need to be seen to succeed. You need to act. The hustle that happens off camera, behind closed doors, when no one is watching, that's where greatness is built. And that's where most people fail, not in ability, but in emotional endurance. They can work when they're motivated. But when the fire dies and silence sets in, they stop. Musk? He thrives in that space. He says, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. That's not motivational fluff, that's battle-tested truth. Let's be clear. The path without help is the path with power. When no one holds your hand, you sharpen your instincts. When no one checks in, you build discipline. When no one believes, you become your own source of certainty. Musk didn't wait for investors to beg him to continue. He sold everything, his cars, his house, even borrowed money because the mission was more important than comfort. That's what it takes. Sacrifice, solitude, strength, not borrowed, not shared, earned. And that's your challenge now. Are you willing to keep going without applause? Can you show up every day without likes, comments, or encouragement? Can you push through the resistance of obscurity until the world is forced to notice? Here's how you do it. Build rituals, not motivation. Motivation fades, but rituals, waking early, reading, tracking progress, building daily, those are immune to emotion. That's how Elon works. He doesn't depend on feeling good. He builds systems that produce results. Your environment may not support you. Your friends may not understand you. Your family might think you've lost your mind. That's okay. They're not supposed to see what you see. The vision is yours, and so is the responsibility to protect it, to nurture it, to chase it until it becomes real. When you move in silence, 2 things happen. First, you develop confidence that doesn't depend on others. And second, you become unpredictable. People can't measure your moves because they can't see them. That's power. Quiet power. Unshakable power. So if you're in that quiet place right now where no one's calling, where the world feels far away, where it feels like no one cares good, you're exactly where you need to be. Because this isn't the end. This is the part of the story that makes your success meaningful. Elon Musk didn't win because he was loud. He won because he was consistent, relentless, focused, alone, if necessary. And now, it's your turn. Force yourself to keep going, without approval, without noise, without help. And one day, the silence you're enduring now will become the story that inspires millions. What if the reason you're stuck isn't lack of resources, but lack of resourcefulness? What if your next level isn't waiting on money, mentors, or motivation, but simply on you? Elon Musk didn't build billion-dollar empires because he had more advantages. He built them because he refused to be limited by what he didn't have. He mastered one thing above all, making progress no matter what. There's a dangerous belief in the world today that success is about waiting for the right tools, the right investors, the right team. But that mindset breeds paralysis. Musk never operated that way. He forced himself to move forward even when everything around him said, "You're not ready." When he founded SpaceX, he didn't start with a team of elite aerospace veterans. He started with scrappy engineers, minimal funding, and an unshakable mission. He taught himself orbital mechanics. He learned how rockets failed, and then he built. Not because he had a perfect setup, but because he refused to wait. That's your lesson here. Use what you have, learn what you must, build anyway. Most people never act because they're waiting for someone to guide them. But self-made leaders don't wait for permission. They start ugly, they fail publicly, they learn violently. That's what separates the elite from the average. A willingness to look foolish while getting stronger. You don't need the most money. You don't need the biggest team. What you need is radical ownership. Own your time, own your habits, own your outcomes. Elon Musk doesn't blame markets, politics, or trends. He takes full accountability even for things outside his control. That's why he moves faster. When failure hits, he doesn't point fingers, he makes adjustments. And that's what you must do. Stop outsourcing responsibility. If you're tired of waiting for people to show up, then be the person who shows up for yourself. Take the reins, learn the code, build the skill. Write the script, launch the idea. Even if it's messy, even if no one helps, because messy action beats perfect intentions every time. One of the deadliest traps? Thinking you're behind, that it's too late, that others had a head start. But Elon Musk didn't launch SpaceX until his 30s. He didn't become a household name until after decades of rejection. He started where he was, with what he had, alone, if necessary. Here's the mindset shift you need. Every day is day one. Every morning, you get to decide whether to lead your life or follow someone else's. You get to choose whether to use what you have or complain about what you don't. Musk wakes up thinking, how can I create solutions today? Not, what did I lose yesterday? That's the power of present tense thinking, and it's how you build unstoppable momentum. Your energy is your most valuable asset. Don't waste it seeking approval, venting frustration, or begging for help. Channel it, refine it, direct it into action. Read books, watch tutorials, break things, experiment, fail, learn, repeat. The skills you lack can be learned. The knowledge you seek can be found. But only if you stop hesitating. Force yourself to do the hard things, to wake up early, to practice what scares you, to take uncomfortable risks. You'll discover something Musk already knows: confidence doesn't come from applause. It comes from evidence. The evidence that you did it, that you tried, that you moved forward when no one believed. That kind of proof rewires your brain. It changes the way you speak, walk, and think. Suddenly, you don't need help. You are the help. You become your own momentum, your own engine, your own lifeline. And once you hit that level, everything changes. People start noticing. Opportunities start appearing, but not because they saved you, because you saved yourself. So, today, stop focusing on what you lack. Focus on what you can do right now. Write the plan, build the habit, press the button, start the page. Launch the project. Speak up. Show up. Because this journey, it doesn't require you to be perfect. It only requires you to be willing. That's how Elon Musk got ahead. He didn't wait. He forced himself forward without anyone's help. There comes a time when you have to stop negotiating with your potential. Stop waiting for life to feel fair. Stop hoping someone will finally recognize your talent. Elon Musk never waited for a green light from the world. He created his own. Because winners don't beg for opportunity. They build it. We live in a society obsessed with visibility. Yet, the most powerful transformations happen in the dark, when no one sees, no one helps, and no one believes. That's where Musk forged his resilience. Not on stage, not in headlines, but in silence, with rejection echoing louder than support. You see, the people who make it to the top don't rely on being noticed. They rely on being relentless. Musk didn't become who he is because the world made room for him. He became who he is because he forced himself to carve space, even when every system, every expert, every critic said he couldn't. That's the mindset you need. Earned elevation. If no one opens a door for you, break it down. If no one believes in your dream, believe in it twice as hard. If no one shows up for you, become the kind of person you'd want by your side. Elon's journey is paved with rejection, Investors laughed him out of rooms. Journalists mocked his ideas. Industry giants dismissed him as reckless. But Musk wasn't chasing applause, he was chasing outcomes. And when you stop needing recognition, you become dangerous, focused, free. You have to be willing to be misunderstood for a long time. That's the tax on greatness. It's uncomfortable, it's lonely, and it's necessary. Because every time you choose progress over popularity, you build the version of you that doesn't crack under pressure, that doesn't break when left alone, that doesn't beg for shortcuts. One of the things Elon mastered is emotional independence. He doesn't allow his state to be dictated by critics, followers, or doubters. He's driven by a mission so powerful, it silences the noise around him. That's the key purpose over approval. If you want to get ahead without anyone's help, anchor yourself in something deeper than likes, shares, or attention. What are you really here to do? Who are you becoming in the process? Those are the questions that matter. And when you lock in on that purpose, every setback becomes fuel. Every failure becomes feedback. You won't always feel motivated. You won't always feel seen, but you can always choose action. You can always choose discipline. You can always choose growth, even when you're broke, even when you're doubted, even when it's just you against everything. Don't get addicted to progress you can post. Get addicted to progress you can feel. That internal transformation, the one that doesn't need an audience, is the most valuable form of success, because it builds a version of you that can't be stopped by circumstances. Elon Musk operates like that. He doesn't announce every move. He doesn't wait for the world to validate his pace. He forces breakthroughs. He manufactures momentum. He outworks uncertainty. You must do the same. Because in the end, the world doesn't reward the one who waited for support. It rewards the one who built the foundation alone, who risked everything without guarantees, who stood up again and again when no one else clapped. And that's you now. Stand up, build, move, without noise, without help, without fear. This is how you earn a life no one can take from you. This is how you force yourself to get ahead. This is the moment where you decide who you really are. Not when you're surrounded by support, not when everything is going your way, but when you're standing alone, tired, uncertain, misunderstood, and you still choose to rise. That's where self-made success is born. And that's exactly how Elon Musk built a life no one could ignore. He didn't wait to be chosen. He chose himself. This final chapter is not about motivation. It's about identity. Who are you when no one's clapping? Who are you when nothing is working yet? Do you fold? Or do you forge? Elon Musk didn't become the most disruptive entrepreneur of our time because he was fearless. He was afraid, but he moved anyway. He didn't always have the answers, but he searched anyway. He didn't have unanimous support, but he believed anyway. That's the mindset that will take you from average to unstoppable. Because the world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't pause for your comfort, and it doesn't owe you understanding. If you want to build something that lasts, something legendary, you have to be willing to keep going when every logical reason tells you to quit. Most people dream, Elon execute. Most people talk, Elon builds. Most people wait. Elon moves. And the truth is, nothing he did is out of reach for you. What makes him different isn't superhuman talent, it's relentless self-responsibility. He doesn't blame, he adapts. He doesn't wish, he works. He doesn't seek handouts, he creates leverage. This is your call to do the same. Stop explaining your vision to people who were never meant to see it. Stop lowering your intensity to match their energy. Stop pretending to be less hungry so they feel more comfortable. Greatness was never meant to be comfortable. It was meant to be earned alone, if necessary. You will outgrow people. You will face silence. You will fail, doubt, and stumble. But those aren't reasons to stop. Those are the signals that you're on the right path. Because only the few are willing to keep climbing when the crowd disappears. This journey is supposed to be hard. That's what makes it yours. That's what makes it real. And the moment you accept that no one's coming to save you, that no one owes you support, belief, or help, is the moment you take full control of your life. That's the shift. From dependent to dangerous. From overlooked to undeniable. From waiting to winning. So, here's the final truth. You don't need anyone to get ahead. You don't need their approval, their help, or their map. You need one thing, a decision. The decision to show up no matter what. To outlast the doubt. To build through the noise. To never let go of your vision. Elon Musk forced himself forward with no guarantees, and so can you. You are not powerless. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are just one decision away from a completely different life. So decide, start, and don't stop. Even if you have to go it alone, especially then, because that's exactly how legends are made. Thanks for watching my video. If you found it helpful or inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your one comment can motivate us to create even better content. Stay curious, keep learning, and never stop growing. See you in the next video.